What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. Damn, Gary was quick with this one, and I know he's mad because look, right after we found out, the same day basically that Disney had beaten Treon and that Nelson Peltz and Jay Rizzullo were not going to get board seats, they of course announced they were going with the female Silver Surfer. Yeah, and I knew immediately it wasn't Norrin Rad. I knew it with his Shalabal, whatever, that's his wife. And then I knew when someone was like, whoa, it was in the comics, that they were going to pick like, yeah, in like 100 different versions in like one alternate reality. She's probably a Silver Surfer herald or something, or at the same time, and that's the one they're going to go with. Because they do this multiple times. The only time they follow the comics is they pick a comic from the last 10 years that has been shoehorned in specifically for this reason, and so that we complain. They go, "Whoa, it's in the comics," but every other time they never follow the fucking comics. So let's see, Gary, take me to truth, brother.
This is big drama. According to Deadline, Emmy winner Julia Garner set to play the icon.
By the way, I like her in Ozark, but this is still a mistake.
Iconic character of Silver Surfer. Now,
Who does that?
A lot of people jump to the conclusion that they're gender swapping Silver Surfer. Actually, they're not.
Right.
Shalabal is a character. All you gotta do is go to the Marvel database, and they describe that she is.
Shalabal has also been the Silver Surfer before in the alternate reality of Marvel's Earth 9997.
So, she's not playing Norrin Rad, okay? She is playing Shalabal. I mean, come on, people.
If you see any videos saying Marvel wokeified Silver Surfer, just know it's people being stupid and they're not real fans.
Yeah, we're all just stupid, not fans. That's fine.
And like, don't even pick up comic books.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Now, why did they do this? What was Marvel's possible thinking?
I mean, listen. Yes, this one is a more obscure character.
I don't care. You know why? Because I don't even think Silver Surfer's that interesting of a character to begin.
Yeah, there goes the cope. It was horrible all along. They did it because they knew exactly how we would act. And this is Bob Iger's little FU to everyone that supported Treon and the style. It's like, okay, like it's just a further signal. Certainly, it's not like, obviously he didn't do this in retrospect. I'm just saying, but like the announcing it on the same day is like, and not only did you not get your way, but here's your female Silver Surfer.
Begin with first and foremost.
The bottom line is there's just a lot of people who don't want to see women get major roles.
The foolishness of that comment is so deep, I can only ascribe it to higher education.
But look closely at Tobey Maguire's dick.
You have to have gone to college to say something that stupid.
Nerdrotic.com.
Some may argue that the phrase the MSheU has had its time. It's an expired meme and it's a bit overdone. And I would completely agree with you. I was ready to retire it, but apparently Disney Marvel isn't.
Gary invented it. He's the first one to really say it, start using it in videos, and it caught on. Obviously, it's because Kevin Feige decided to make them mostly women. The second I saw this, I went, oh, the MSheU is alive and well.
Keep pulling me back in. It was supposed to be a quiet year for Disney Marvel after the biggest flop in their history, the Marvels, and then following that up with Echo, although we haven't heard much about that series lately. Forgive me, I had to get one more in there and give this video a leg up. But now, after Disney spent $40 million fighting off Nelson Peltz and putting out political ads like this.
What's the harm of letting activist investor Nelson Peltz or Jay Rizzullo have a seat on Disney's board? The answer is simple. If they succeed, Disney could suffer the same fate as other great companies that Peltz has previously infiltrated.
Important you vote only for Disney's 12 nominees using the...
So this, in addition to that tagline they kept saying about, oh, they're amateurs, they don't know what they're doing, and then having George Lucas come out. Unfortunately, I think they forced George to come out, and when he made that claim about making magic isn't for amateurs, which just he parroted that tagline. Ooh.
White proxy card. Do not vote for the Trian Group or Blackwell's nominees.
And keep in mind, all of that was just to keep two people off the board. Bob Iger's job was never in danger. But obviously, Bob Iger and his board of yes men and women thought his plan was in danger. Ultimately, and as expected, the weatherman was victorious. The dinosaurs voted to ignore the meteor, and just a couple of short hours later, his plan was revealed by Disney announcing the most MSheU of MSheU decisions.
We've got to pander harder.
From the people who brought you female Taskmaster, female Loki, female Thor, and up until this point, the worst of them all, female Captain Marvel. No, not that bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for Brie Larson at this point. She got done dirty. And guaranteed now that this Fantastic Four, when it comes out, Sue Storm is the leader of the team. I 100% believe that rumor now. Yep, she's the focus and the leader of the team.
Female Captain Marvel, this bad female Captain Marvel.
Change the character just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Disney Marvel presents the latest character and casting announcement from the Fantastic Four film that will blast misogyny in the face with the power cosmic.
So today's the day. I've got my
Is it ad? He
RTA
didn't
mock
set that up.
system and Coyote appliance.
Sorry. Respect the grip.
Female Silver Surfer. From Deadline, the Fantastic Four Julia Garner joins Marvel Studios movie as a Shala Ball version of Silver Surfer. Now, I have nothing against this actress, but maybe Disney and her agent does because she probably has no idea what she's getting into.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
You're a fucking liar, and I'm gonna kill you.
Ruth?
I'm gonna kill you if you don't tell me.
No, you are not. And to be fair, she'd probably be more convincing as a Silver Surfer than Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
And that's why I believe that rumor that Sue Storm is going to be the leader of the team. They hired him because he's a himbo.
Smartest man in the Marvel universe. But that doesn't change the fact that this is an incredibly stupid casting announcement, and we'll get to that. But first, let's hear from the dying Access Media and the Wikipedia experts. Sources tell Deadline that Emmy winner Julia Garner is set to play the iconic comic book character in Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. Now, maybe in my over 40 years of comic collecting and 10 years of comic retailing, I missed the seminal run of the Shala Ball Silver Surfer that went over 100 issues that earned her the mantle of icon. But the first of our, well, actuallys is going to come from the Audio Video Club. Please be normal about Julia Garner playing the Silver
Please be normal. What the fuck does that even mean?
For Surfer? Well, fans are being normal, and that's what you fail to understand, and that's why the Access Media is dying, and it can't happen fast enough. For years now, the fans have been asking for Disney, Marvel, and all of woke Hollywood to be normal about their casting announcements. The Ozark star is set to play the Shala Ball version of the Surfer, and we'd like everyone to act like grown-ups about it. I guess that depends on what kind of grown-up you're talking about. A normal grown-up with some common sense who didn't even have to read the comics or know who Shala Ball is, who can see through this horrible business decision.
It's a basic acknowledgement also that, like, okay, we know they did something that pissed you off, so why aren't we addressing why they did something they knew would piss everyone off?
Or the kind of grown-up that needs to suck on the corporate titty to maintain their access. The Silver Surfer is a male named Norrin Rad who sacrificed his soul, his freedom, and his dick and balls being encased in silver to become the Herald of Galactus.
You know how hard it is to scratch when you're encased in silver? It's very difficult.
Helping the big purple guy find planets to consume, some with life on them, all to save his planet Zenla and his girl who lives on it, Shala Ball. That is the iconic Silver Surfer, one of the more popular characters from Marvel. But now the Access Media and the Wikipedia experts are going to tell us we're wrong. They're going to say we shouldn't care. And if you do, you're sexist and misogynist.
But that's the tactic for... It's a tried and true tactic for in the gaming industry. They all use it the same way. Oh, you don't like it? Then you're an istinophobe.
And you just hate women because we haven't heard that one before. The article's author, Matt Shimkowitz, who currently has his Twitter account protected, tries to rationalize this casting choice by equating it to Michael Keaton's Batman. Some people can't handle any time, and I guess he meant to say there is a slight swerve in casting.
No, this would be the equivalent of coming in and having Batwoman instead of Batman in the Batman movie.
We can take it back to Michael Keaton playing Batman. While there was some backlash, I seem to recall that Batman is a dude and Michael Keaton is a dude. So it gives you something to work with, and it obviously did. As with most major male comic book characters, particularly from Marvel and DC, there is some female derivative version. Some have worked, a lot haven't. And it's no different for the Silver Surfer. There is a Shala Ball version in the alternate Earth X timeline, and there is a Juno version from, quite frankly, a comic book series I never read. Something the Wikipedia experts will now know about.
Oh, and here they come. The human race.
Here comes the most misogynistic people you will ever meet in 3.
Oh, they get such joy doing this too. They get such joy knowing exactly what's been set up and knowing exactly where this is the Jessica Gowes of She-Hulk. They love it. She's the ones that sits there with like nerd tears on her cup.
3, 2, 1. There's a female Silver Surfer in the comics. Literally, this post has her. People will call this woke and not know the source material. Great, then you should be well aware that Shala Ball is a completely separate character than Norrin Rad, and the concept of a female Silver Surfer has existed for years in the comic books. What's the deal? There was a female Silver Surfer in the comics. This should be a no issue unless you don't like the choices of actress to portray the female Silver Surfer.
Why would you want to see the most popular version of the character that happens to be a male? Why can't you just accept the fact that you're getting this? You toxic man, you.
Discussing film, could you please refer to her as the actual name of her character rather than just...
Is this not the same shit that happened with female Thor, where everyone said stop calling her female Thor, call her Lady Thor?
Female Silver Surfer. People are seeing this and thinking Marvel is gender-bending Silver Surfer when they're actually just using another character who held the title. Just going to leave this here. Female Silver Surfer is comics book accurate. You know how I know? I Googled it. I can't wait for people to complain about Marvel being woke and act like there has never been a female Silver Surfer. I don't even read the comics, but I know about the female Silver Surfer. No, I don't remember her name. And no, IDC, I don't care because it doesn't matter.
They always, at the end of that, they say, it doesn't matter. It's like, well, if it doesn't matter, why the fuck are you changing it to begin with?
Yak. Get a job.
Oh no, we're embarrassed. We screwed up.
Sorry.
Our warehouse is overloaded with survival food kits, but our men...
Well, if it doesn't matter, then why bother changing it? Just make him the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. If it doesn't matter, then why bother posting about it? Then we get the rationalizations. Maybe this is a multiversal story, which it probably is, and we'll get the Franklin Richards Galactus along with the Shala Ball Silver Surfer. Or maybe we'll get what the Audio Video Club is proposing. We're sort of assuming that Shala Ball's inclusion in the film means that the male identifying Silver Surfer will also appear in the movie.
So what we know right now is that it is in a retro futuristic alternate Earth. So it's not in the main MCU. It's not in the 60s in the MCU. It's in an Earth, you know, like the alternate Earths they jump through in Doctor Strange, with variants and stuff. But it's retro futuristic, and so maybe that's their Shala Ball Silver Surfer. And then when they come into the main MCU, they'll be Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. I don't know.
At least in a mid or post-credit sequence. I can't imagine why the Access Media is dying. But let's once again cut the bullshit and what we do here a lot on YouTube, state the obvious. They made this decision because it is important to them. It was purely based on the message. You know this. I know this. The Access Media.
It's the same thing with the pronouns. Well, they don't matter. Why do you care? Just why do you care? Because you know it is important.
He knows this, and even some of the stands on Twitter know it. Otherwise, they would have gone with a much more established female herald of Galactus in the comics, Frankie Ray's Nova. It would have made more sense, but it still would have been stupid. And let's put it in its simplest terms. If you want to make a successful movie, you want to give it its best chance to succeed. If you're, say, Disney, and you completely own the rights to something like the Fantastic Four, you want to adapt it as close as humanly possible. Now, I might be going out on a limb here, but there's an argument to be made to just adapt Fantastic Four #1. No Franklin Richards, no Shala Ball, no Norrin Rad, no Galactus. Maybe introduce Victor Von Doom at the end. Just have the Fantastic Four that is
Yes, this would be the correct path to success.
Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, and the Mole Man. Why don't you just try to make, I don't know, a good Fantastic Four movie first and then expand on the lore, and why am I wasting my breath? I mean, the only thing the Fantastic Four #1 did was launch the biggest comic book company of all time. For those of you who don't know, the Fantastic Four established the world that Disney was making billions on just a few years ago. It introduced the Skrulls, which Disney fucked up. It introduced an early version of Warlock, who Disney fucked up. It reintroduced Namor, who is now known as Namor, who Disney fucked up. It introduced the Inhumans that Jeff Loeb and Ike Perlmutter fucked up. It introduced Black Panther, which Marvel has fucked up. And yes, it introduced the Silver Surfer, which they've already fucked up, Galactus, and Doctor Doom, which they will fuck up. Oh, and I forgot one. They've already fucked up the introduction of Mr. Fantastic by popping off his head in Doctor Strange Mom. Disney does not deserve your benefit of the doubt. the Fantastic Four is doomed. And in all honesty, it has very little to do with Julia Garner's casting as the female.
And no, like I said, I like her as an actress. I'm sure she'll do just fine and whatever the hell they give her. But it signals something doing this.
Silver Surfer. It's just another red flag. But what the hell do I know? What the hell do you know? What the hell did Archie Goodwin, Roy Thomas, George Perez, John Byrne, John Romita, Rich Buckler, Jack Kirby, or Stan Lee know about the Fantastic Four? Obviously not as much as the director of WandaVision and the writer of Terminator Dark Fate, along with Kevin Feige, whose Marvel Studios has been in steep decline for the last 5 years, and the 73-year-old former weatherman who just figured out gaming is popular with kids this year, who's really good at buying beloved IPs and destroying them, Bob Iger, the same guy the stockholders just gave a huge vote of confidence to.
They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
Nerdrotic.com.
Be sure to like, share, and sub to Gary, Nerdrotic. Shout out. He's been calling for rampancy for a long time. Just let Bob Iger have everything he wants. Just let Disney win. Let them just go over that cliff that much faster. And for a while, I fought against that, but now I'm right there with Gary. Just let them have everything. Make all the women. Make everyone a woman character and gay and black and just do it all. Do all the things and just let's get this over with. Let's get this punishment over with. Let me know what you think of this whole thing. Make sure to like, share, and sub to me too. Thank you if you've done that. If you're going to, thank you. And if you have done that, thank you. And well,
Bye.